Hey there and welcome back. So now you've set up your campaign, you've got your system in place, and now you're probably wondering, Silvia, what do I do? What do I do? I've turned it on 5 hours ago and nothing is happening. I've got some traffic, I see some impressions, but oh my God, what do I do next? So stay tuned because this is what we're gonna do right now in this video. My name is Silvia Myers and over the past 6 years, I've empowered thousands of online stores in over 35 countries around the world with knowledge designed to quadruple return on ad spend. So first of all, what I need you to understand is that right now you've set up the top of your funnel, okay? So right now you've essentially set up your system, you've got your ads and they're up and running, which means you're starting to get some impressions, okay? Now, why is this important? Because these are essentially the eyes of your potential customer and they are looking at the offer. So exciting. Now, often what is the mistake that we make is that we turn an ad on and an hour later we're like, oh my God, nothing is happening, there's no sales yet. So what I need you to understand is that Facebook is literally a billion dollar algorithm. So we want to leave this kind of 48 to 72 hours to work itself out. That algorithm needs time to essentially thinking like cook or simmer to really start understanding some feedback or some data as to understand what's next. The other thing you might want to understand is that 48 to 72 hours, but it still needs to be at least 1,000 impressions. After impressions, we've got something called clicks, right? All of you guys understand that you are showing your offer to your potential ideal customer, but then the customer actually needs to really be able to click. And that's how you know if your offer is irresistible, right? So you need the clicks. We measure these clicks with something that we call CTR, link click through. CTR link click through rate needs to be at a very bare minimum 1%, okay? Remember this very bare minimum 1%. The other metric that I really need you to understand to be able to evaluate your ads properly and make sure that you actually are turning the traffic to sales, it's something what we call CPM. CPM. This also is an abbreviation for something that is cost per mil. Now, what does that mean? Cost per mil, in other words, is also cost per 1,000 impressions. So essentially, it's giving you the cost of your audience. In other words, the CPM, the cost per 1,000 impressions, and the number of people who click together, they will give you so-called CPC link. And this is going to be a dollar value. So this, in other words, is also cost per link click. We want to keep this below $1. All right. So we want to keep this below $1 or around $1. Now, the last thing I want to mention here, if it says ROAS, for example, 2.2, it means that for every advertisement dollar that you're putting into the funnel, you are getting 2.2 back. If we are starting to focus on ROAS a little bit way too early, it means that we might be forgetting all of these things in between, okay? I want you guys to always look at these three numbers. What is your CPM? What is your CPM? What is your CTR, link click through? And what is your cost per link click? These are the very first three things you need to start looking at. If these three things are not working well, then forget return on ad spend, forget ROAS. Traffic is not going to turn into sales and it's not going to work for you, period.